Before we go to the next order, I would allow the chairman of the Budgets Committee to table a document that he says he has.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to lay the following paper on the table of the House today, Wednesday, 5th June 2024. Report of the Budget and Appropriations Committee on its consideration of the estimates of revenue and expenditure for financial year 2024-2025 and the medium term, and the compendium of departmental committee reports on the consideration of the annual estimates. Honorable Speaker, if you permit, I can also request members who will be debating the budget for 2024-2025 in the afternoon. And therefore, members, it's well that you are guided that it's a major item in the afternoon. And as you are aware, it's one of the primary reasons we register it. I thought that's information that is appropriate. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The Honorable Ndindi approach and table the document, as it were. Table it. You're supposed to. The Chairman BSC, you know what to do. What you did just before you tabled was not the thing to do. You give notice formally. I know you're giving notice colloquially, but now give notice formally.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. That was for the tabling. Honorable Speaker, I wish to request that this House adopts the report of the Budget and Appropriations Committee.
Notice of motion.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Notice of motion from the Chairperson of Budget and Appropriations Committee on the consideration of the estimates of revenue and expenditure for financial year 2024-2025 and the medium term. That this House adopts the report of the Budget and Appropriations Committee on its consideration of the estimates of revenue and expenditure and the medium term for the financial year 2024-2025, laid on the table of the House on Wednesday, 5th June 2024, and pursuant to the provisions of Article 223 of the Constitution, Section 39 of Public Finance Management Act 2024, and the standing order, and the standing order 239, 1, approves the issuance of a sum of Kenya shillings 2,392,832 million. Mr. Speaker, let me repeat. Approves the issuance of a sum of Kenya shillings 2,392,832,508,617 from the consolidated fund to meet the expenditure during the year ending 30th June 2025 in respect of the votes contained in the first schedule, subject to paragraph 3, that is the committee of reply. 2, makes the policy and financial resolutions as contained in the second schedule of the order paper. 3, order that the Speaker do now leave the chair to facilitate the consideration of the said budget estimates with respect to each vote and program in the Committee of Supply as contemplated under Standing Order 240, consideration of estimates in the Committee of Supply.
Thank you so much, Chair. You gave the notice. You gave the notice and proceeded to even read the notice itself. You will do all that again in the afternoon, but the notice is duly given with the debate in the afternoon. The next order.
Order number 16, motion. The mediated version of the Division of Revenue Bill, National Assembly Bill number 14 of 2024.
Chair, Budget and Appropriations Committee.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to beg that the pursuant to the provision of Article 1132 of the Constitution and Standing Order 153, that this House adopts the report of the Mediation Committee on the Division of Revenue Bill, that is National Assembly Bill number 14 of 2024, laid on the table of the House on Tuesday, 4th June 2024, and approves the mediated version of the Division of Revenue Bill, that is National Assembly Bill number 14 of 2024. Honorable Speaker, and I would request that the consultations can be lower, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, if it's possible, the consultations are a bit loud.
All members allow the chairman of budget to move the motion.
Honorable Speaker, I wish also to thank the members of this House because they gave us a role as the mediation team that was appointed by the Speaker to negotiate with the Senate on a mediation committee because there were different figures, Honorable Speaker, insofar as division of revenue is concerned. Honorable Speaker, division of revenue, Honorable Speaker, appropriates the money that goes into the national government and counties vertically. And Honorable Speaker, it is a very important component in the budget making process because it is then that gives way for the appropriation of the budget, because we only appropriate when we know exactly the monies that are coming to the national government, Honorable Speaker, and also to the county governments. Honorable Speaker, we have a budget of around 4 trillion shillings, which we'll be tabling later today in the afternoon, and actually debating. We've already tabled. We'll be debating in the afternoon, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, as members of this House know, there are roles that are designated for the national government and the others for the county governments. Honorable Speaker, because I want to take very little time, I want to thank the kind of togetherness and unity of purpose that we witnessed in the mediation committee, led by the National Assembly as representing the Honorable Speaker, and the Senate led by Honorable Kadhuri Morongi. Honorable Speaker, we met for many hours, late at night, to discuss about the amount of money that will be going into our counties as equitable share. Honorable Speaker, equitable share comes from shareable revenue. And Honorable Speaker, as we are debating this motion today, and even as we table the report, Honorable Speaker, we have seen a lot of improvements in our counties. Most of the governors are doing their best insofar as providing the critical services that are devolved is concerned. But we also noted in the mediation committee running through many hours that our county governments need more resources to be able to function optimally. And I say so, Honorable Speaker, because there are some elements that we have been able to partner as national government together with county governments, Honorable Speaker, and they need more resources for them to optimally partner with the national government, and especially when it comes to industrial centers that you are building in every constituency, into community health promoters, and any other such very important, critical, and some socio investments, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, when we met as a mediation committee, many times people, when they see the name mediation, what comes to the mind is that there is a case. And when there is a case, there is the we and them. But Honorable Speaker, one thing that I want to report to this House is the kind of, as I said before, unity of purpose that we witnessed. We actually realized we were speaking the same language, the National Assembly and the Senate. And we had to consult with the executive, Honorable Speaker, because this is a weighty matter. And I want to also thank our leaders led by the President, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto, for specifically pronouncing himself about the support for devolution. In our consultations, Honorable Speaker, the President was very categorical that this administration is an administration that supports devolution, and we must do everything possible to support our county governments in running efficiently and optimally. When we went for mediation, Honorable Speaker, the Senate had proposed a figure of 415 billion Kenya shillings as equitable share. Honorable Speaker, the Commission for Revenue Allocation had suggested a figure of 398 billion Kenya shillings, approximately. This House, Honorable Speaker, had proposed a figure of 391 billion Kenya shillings, Honorable Speaker, approximately again. Honorable Speaker, when we met, because this House, the National Assembly of the 13th Parliament, supports devolution, because the Senate has got very, very good, intelligent people, Honorable Speaker, who are supporters of devolution, and because we have a president who is all out in supporting devolution, Mr. Speaker, after the negotiations, after the mediation, I want to report to this House that, in fact, this House will go into history as the House that actually walks the talk in support for devolution, because we have been able to increase the equitable share from 385 billion shillings, Honorable Speaker, to a historic, Honorable Speaker, figure of Kenya shillings, 401 billion Kenya shillings equitable share that will be going into our counties. Honorable Speaker, for this to happen and for this to be successful, it is important for me to acknowledge the Council of Governors, led by Governor of Kirinyaga, Governor Anne Waiguru. She has been attending the meetings before for mediation. We have talked about this matter, and she has pronounced herself very clearly in terms of getting more resources for our county governments, and she also did a lot for us to get to this figure. Honorable Speaker, again I want to repeat that we have an unprecedented figure, a historic figure of 401 billion Kenya shillings that will be going into our counties, Honorable Speaker, as equitable share. That means better services in healthcare. That means more efficient services in agricultural sector. That means more money in hiring ECD teachers, Honorable Speaker. It means more money for county roads. It means more money, Honorable Speaker, for all the devolved functions. Honorable Speaker, we foresee that this figure may increase because there is a process currently of unbundling some of the shared services and functions. Still, the national government retains a lion's share in healthcare. It retains quite a huge amount in agriculture. There is a process that is currently ongoing of unbundling those services so that county governments can actually get more resources when functions are truly and fully transferred to the county governments. Honorable Speaker, I wish to state those facts. And I know Honorable Soro is looking for me, but Honorable Nyakundi had already taken the cue to second the motion, and I request Honorable Zafeth Nyakundi to second this motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for this opportunity. First of all, I also want to thank the chairman of the Budget and Appropriations Committee and the chairman, the co-chair of the Budget and Appropriation Committee in the Senate, who was Honorable Murungi, in making sure that the mediation process that we had between the National Assembly and the county and the Senate on the division of revenue bill has come to a success. This is the first time historically